I'd met Darby, but I didn't have and I'd met Derek, and I hadn't met Jeff yet. But, and sure had some great children. We were talking, said you're just the nicest young people, and you're a wonderful husband. But what I want to thank those of you from out of town for making this trip, and I know you made a big effort to be here. I'm so pleased that so many of you came. I mean, I'm hoping to talk to everyone. Coming here I thought would be horrible for me, but there's so many people here that we had so many memories, and we met late in life. But it was a good time for us to meet. I'm looking through the picture books. I never take any pictures. But Janet takes beautiful pictures. Diane put all the albums together for me. I just sent all the stuff down. Where are you anyway? I just want to thank you so much for that. Just one more thing, when I was looking through the picture books, I said, Janet, I don't even remember how could we have done all these things? All these big groups of people. Of course, it always involved boats and alcohol. And lots of good times. But anyway, thank you again, and I just want you to know how much I appreciate it. We love you.
Do an MC here so I can go next. My name's Al Bertlow. I've known Ed for 50 years. Worked with him for over 30. Was there when he met Sue. Went to Sue's wedding. Went to his mother's funeral. We had a very tight relationship. It was not just professional. He was also my friend, my confidant, and a good companion. He was the strongest man on the team. It was a team. No one carried that load individually. And he always did his part, and he was always there. If I had a problem in the water, if I had a problem with me in the water, he was there to guide me. Get on the telephone and say, get it together, Al. You can do this. It's not going to take that long. One time on the USS Baton Rouge, we were in the ballast tank. He swam out of the hole, and I got stuck in. And I borrowed the weight belt from a Navy diver. It's hanging up in the grate, and I got to get that weight belt off because I don't want the humiliation of buying a new one. And he was there to talk me through it, and it was always that way. Let's get the job done, and then let's go do the party. And the picture says 1,000 words. And there's as much party in there as there was occupation. So, we're going to miss Ed. Ed was a patriot, he was disciplined, and he was a great American. And I'm going to miss him seriously. Thank you all very much.
I'm Gary O'Leary, my wife Kat, and I'm probably the least qualified person to stand up here and talk about it. Unlike family, fellow divers, people who have known me over years, I could count on these two hands the number of times that I was in his presence. But in those few times, what I can tell you is he taught me a couple of things. Number one, as a fellow Navy diver, by the way, thank you for saving that dive belt. We didn't have a budget, you guys. You know, Ed was just, I think everybody in this room realizes it, Ed was a good person. Okay, he was just a good person, and it was that attraction. It wasn't just the brothers at arms when I first met Ed and started comparing submarine stories and seeing who could tell the bigger lie. It was a good person, and we were attracted because of that. Both of them were great people. And the second thing I think everybody in this room knows, what I learned from Ed is don't wait too late to chase those dreams. That reward of living a life of being a good person, it does have natural vision. You never know when it is. So, and lastly, what I can close with is, even though there are tears and we're sad, and the family, I sense that the world is a better place because we made it.
Just one real short one. It's an Ed one. The best part is the story. Ed's in the galley doing dishes. So he's looking out the porthole in the galley, and he sees this. He thought it was a raccoon swimming by. He says, "That's an odd looking raccoon." And he looks around for the dishes. They kind of jump in the water, rescue the cat who had it.
Yeah, well, I gotta go, y'all. I gotta go to work. But I met Ed on the beach with Sue. It was 4th of July. We had a cookout. Had a blast. It was just one of the best times. And, whatever happened, kept in touch with Ed, got to know him, stayed. I was with him when he made mistakes. Yeah. And they hit it off, and you can just see the connection. I mean, I sat back and was kind of third wheel here, and after that, in their relationship and the friendship that we had and shared, it's been, sorry I didn't get to come to St. Croix with y'all. If you don't be there, I'll come down. But, Ed was, everybody's always said, Debbie, they both were such original people that you want to be around. You don't, people that give you bullshit, you don't want to do it. They used to, never, they all have it. Y'all, I appreciate it. I'm sorry I can't do that.
My name is Phil Enger, and I'm Debbie's brother. Probably the only person in the room who hasn't met Ed. But I'd just like to make a brief comment. I was planning to be in, of course, I shouldn't wait until tomorrow because Debbie was 30 years or 40 years of whatever relationship we've been. Never had a
Only a brother can say
But Ed really did give her a sense of balance, a sense of centeredness, a sense of worth, self-esteem, for whatever reason she hadn't achieved in other relationships. So, as a brother, glad he came along. I just wish I could have met him. Thank everybody for bringing out your meetings.
And I'm the sister of Debbie Guitar from Minnesota with our right legs. I did have a wonderful privilege and opportunity to meet Ed. I brought my husband down and two of my children because we wanted to check Ed out because Debbie was so excited about this new manager. So we got on the plane, we flew down here in a rush, and we're absolutely delighted. Ed was absolutely wonderful man, just delightful. He treated us so kindly with his, as you all mentioned, his graciousness, his generosity of heart, generosity of spirit. He took us on a nice boat ride. It's kind of funny. And then all of a sudden, you know, we're from Minnesota, we're on the water, so all of a sudden this submarine rose. And it was a nuclear one, and they had an armed guard that said, "Get back, 500 feet or we'll shoot." So I said, "Yeah, we'll get back." We had wonderful memories where we were together about 3-4 days and had a wonderful time. And just also on behalf of Brother, we'd just like to thank all of you, the family that we've met today. Has just been delightful, really wonderful family. And all the, I've said about 25 times to my sister that all the people that live here are just so gracious and kind and hospitable. And we're delighted to be here, and we so appreciate it. And it's such a nice honor and testimony to Ed. So thank you for allowing us to be here.
I'm going to try. So I'm going to pick up on what Debbie's brother just said. We first met Deb and Ed for the most part, on a cruise. We knew them some around the marina, but didn't know them until on this cruise. And we were sitting there, and the first night, they got up and started dancing, and I said, "They're just the cutest couple. They were dancing, and so cute, just so cute, right?" Well, then Deb and I became good friends, and we became better friends with both of them, and Deb and I would walk in the mornings. And it was always so funny, because our conversations, you talk about your spouses, right, your significant others, and she would complain about things that Ed was such a dreamer. He'd be online looking at vacations to go on and places to visit and stuff like that. And I said, "Well, that's me." She goes, "Well, no, but you got to look at the budget. And you got to, she was a practical one. And this goes back to the balance, right?" And I said, "Well, I'm that person in my relationship. My husband's the one who says, 'Well, no, I don't think we can afford that right now.' I'm like, 'No, we should just go. I found this good deal online.'" And she's like, "Ed's always doing that." So he was somewhat of a dreamer, and he started his dream, and he was loving his dream with Debbie, and they were just such a wonderful couple, and we had many, many great times. And I just always remember thinking that they were balanced the opposite of how my husband was.
Most difficult, I'll say a lot of you here. I'm left with little kids. I've known Ed for over 30 years. I was an Navy diver also. Ed, Al, myself, and a few others travel all over diving together. One thing that we don't know is this. All right. I don't need what we teach here today. One, he saved my life and died when I was about to freeze to death. Got to the surface, he picked me up, threw me over his shoulder, pulled me up the ground. Took me to the summer room at a Holiday Inn in Bath, Maine. He said I wasn't allowed to come out until my skin was cold. Made me drink coffee and clam chowder, hot chocolate, with a whole beer. And stayed in that sauna for 9 hours. He stayed right there with me. It decided he wanted to go biking. We load up on the bike and we take off. Hold up, we get around. And we didn't get off bike and bike week. Always one weekend. That's the weekend we decided to go. We left here, bad weather, did not travel back. I had nothing. We got about halfway up to Daytona, pulled over, he was shivering, and said, "Here, I got another meeting got to go." Made about 3 miles and it pulled off the dead. Went all around Daytona, we got a blast. Sun started going down, and I said, "We got no, it's gonna get real hard." We made it about 5 miles from that stop, and I was not ready to do something, just shivering. Couldn't even pull over anywhere, I'm finding up there. So we stopped and we got him a leather jacket, we got him chaps, gloves. We made it home, pulled into the driveway, both of us were so cold. We came to a stop, he almost dropped the bike.